Have you ever opened social media and felt like everyone else is winning financially while you're just trying to keep your bank account above zero? That guy you barely remember from high school is posting photos from the Maldives. Meanwhile, you're celebrating because your account finally hit 4 digits. So here's the real question. Are they actually rich or just better at looking rich? Because what if I told you, most people have no idea what being rich actually means in America? And once you understand this, it could completely change how you think about money for the rest of your life. Let's get one thing straight right away. When most people imagine rich, they picture private jets, luxury watches, mansions, and exotic vacations. But that image, it's mostly an illusion, because real wealth doesn't always look impressive. In fact, it often looks boring. The truly wealthy, they're not always showing off. They're not trying to impress strangers. And surprisingly, many of them are driving normal cars, living in modest homes, and quietly building something much more powerful behind the scenes. Meanwhile, the person flexing online with designer clothes and a luxury car, they might be drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher level. And this confusion, this misunderstanding of what wealth really is, it's the exact reason most people never build it. Let's break it down. Most people focus on income. How much do you make? What's your salary? What job do you have? But income is only part of the story. In America, the median household income is around $83,000 per year. That means half the country makes more, and half makes less. Now, if your household earns around $150,000, you're already in the top 25%. Sounds impressive, right? At around $250,000, you're in the top 10% of earners. And once you cross roughly $650,000 a year, you're in the top 1%. That sounds like wealth. That sounds like success. But here's the truth that most people never realize. You can make $250,000 a year and still be broke. Yes, broke. Because if you spend $300,000 a year trying to maintain a lifestyle, you're not rich. You're trapped. This is where everything changes. Because income is not the same as wealth. Wealth is measured by something much more important. Net worth. Net worth is simple, what you own minus what you owe. And this number tells the real story. The average American household has a net worth of about $193,000. That's it. To be in the top 25%, you need around $650,000. To reach the top 10%, you need about $1.9 million. And to enter the top 1%, you're looking at over $10 million. Now pause for a second. Look at the gap between those numbers. This isn't a small step up. This is a completely different level of thinking. Because here's what nobody tells you. Moving from one level to another isn't just about earning more money. It's about thinking differently, acting differently, making completely different financial decisions. Let's talk about what life actually feels like at each level. If you're in the bottom half, life feels like survival. One unexpected bill, and everything falls apart. Your car breaks down, and suddenly you're choosing between fixing it or paying rent. There's no breathing room, just stress. Move up a little, and now you're in the middle. You have some savings, maybe a small investment account. You're not constantly panicking, but you're still dependent on your paycheck. Lose your job and things get scary, fast. Now, when you reach the top 25%, something changes. You start building actual stability. You own assets. You're saving consistently. And for the first time, you're not just surviving. You're progressing. But the real shift happens at the top 10%. Because this is where money starts working for you, not the other way around. You're not just earning money from your job, you're earning money from investments, from assets, from systems you've built. This is where passive income enters the game. And at the top 5%, your wealth becomes self-sustaining. You don't have to work. You choose to. At the top 1%, money becomes almost irrelevant. Not because it's not important, but because you have enough of it generating more. At that level, people stop thinking about spending. and start thinking about legacy, impact, generational wealth. Now here's something that might surprise you. The lifestyle difference between someone making $50,000 and $200,000? Huge. But the difference between someone worth $2 million and $20 million? Not as big as you think. They both live in nice homes, drive great cars, travel often. The difference isn't in what they buy. It's in how they think. The $2 million person still checks prices, still budgets, still thinks about money. The $20 million person, they've moved beyond that. Money is no longer a daily concern. It's a tool. And this is where most people get stuck. Because they chase lifestyle instead of wealth. They earn more and spend more. They upgrade their car, upgrade their house, upgrade their lifestyle, and stay in the exact same financial position. This is called the lifestyle inflation trap. And it's one of the biggest reasons people never get ahead. Think about this. Two people earn the same salary for 30 years. One invests consistently, lives below their means, builds assets. The other spends everything, trying to look successful. At the end, one retires with millions. The other struggles. Same income, completely different outcomes. So what's the real difference? It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's not even income. It's understanding how money actually works. The wealthy don't focus on income. They focus on building assets. They don't ask, how much can I spend? They ask, how much can I grow? They understand, money can multiply. Every dollar invested today can become multiple dollars tomorrow. Through time, through discipline, through consistency. And most importantly, they understand the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich is what people see. Wealthy is what people don't. Rich is income. Wealthy is freedom. So now the question is, where do you stand? And more importantly, where do you want to go? Because once you understand this, you can't unsee it. You stop chasing appearances and start building something real. At the end of the day, you have two choices. Keep playing the game most people play, trying to look rich, or start playing a different game entirely. The game of building real wealth. Quietly, consistently, powerfully. So if this video changed the way you think even a little, do this, hit that like button, so more people can wake up to this reality. Drop a comment and tell me what level are you aiming for. And if you're ready to stop chasing money and start building wealth, make sure you subscribe, because this is just the beginning of your journey.